Hi there, folks. Welcome to my live stream. Hey, Josh, how are you, brother? Long time no speak. Got to give you a call. Hi there, folks. My name is Jim, and as many of you may or may not know, I used to be a type 2 diabetic. I've reversed my type 2 diabetes. I'm in remission. I don't take medication for it. However you want to word it, I don't have it anymore. And in this live stream, I'm going to go through how I achieved that. But moreover, typically Rav and or Trent will do a live stream where they do a live Q&A every Wednesday evening. And this week, Trent is traveling, as is Rav. And it kind of occurred to me that, I can host the same meeting. So I am currently hosting a similar meeting. I will attempt to be as graceful as those guys are. During this, I am live on, I believe, 7 different platforms right now. And I'm going to try and keep my attention where I need it to be. So just bear with me here. And I'm also going to try and condense a typical live stream that I would do down to 30 minutes. And then, so the live stream will be 30 minutes. And then I'll open it up for a Q&A. But I'm going to try and get all the nuts and bolts in 30 minutes. It usually takes me about 90. So for those of you that are just now coming into this live stream, welcome to my live stream. Hi, Roro. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Jim, and I used to be a type 2 diabetic. I say I used to be a type 2 diabetic very intentionally. I'm not anymore. I've reversed it. I'm in remission. I don't take medications. That's per my doctor. So in this live stream, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. And really what I'm going to do in this live stream, a little bit different than a typical live stream for me, is I'm going to try and do more of an informational type live stream. Hi, Sheila, how are you? So one final introduction as I'm watching the head counts come up on all of the different platforms. One final introduction, and then I'm going to jump right into it because I'm really going to try and keep this live stream down to 30 minutes. At 30 minutes, we'll have all of the nuts and bolts of this protocol covered, and after that, I'm going to open it up for a live Q&A. I'm going to try and do that gracefully on all these different platforms. So with that being said, welcome to my live stream, guys. My name is Jim. I used to be a type 2 diabetic. I am not anymore. I've reversed it. I'm in remission. I don't take medication for it anymore. However you want to word it, I don't have it anymore. And that's a very wonderful place to be. And I'm going to tell you guys all exactly how I achieved that in this live stream, okay? So with that being said, especially on this platform here, there are a lot of users who will come into my live streams who have practical experience on this protocol. And what I'm really going to be discussing is the Feel Great system from Unicity. And I typically, if you watch my live streams, you would know that I typically don't talk about that until the end, but we're going to do a little bit of a different format here, okay? The Unicity Feel Great system. What is it? Why does it work? What does it do? And then I will open up for a live Q&A afterwards, okay? And I'm going to ask all the people that are familiar with the product to please answer questions for the comment section as best you can. Comment section, I will be definitely keeping my eyes in that, but I'm also looking at quite a few different cameras and platforms. So with that being said, what is, I know, right? Holy cow, no hat. What is the Feel Great system from Unicity? Really what it is it is a blend of 2 different products. We have a tea that we call Unicity, this particular tea, and Balance, which is a blend of fiber. When you purchase the product, you will get a box a lot like this that comes to you with the product, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is talk about the science behind this and what exactly we're doing. This product line, the Feel Great system, really attacks something called insulin resistance, okay? And what is insulin resistance? I like to explain what is insulin resistance, and then we're going to talk about what causes insulin resistance, what does insulin resistance affect, and then, moreover, how does this product work to reverse that insulin resistance, okay? So what is insulin resistance? And I like to start with what is insulin. What is insulin? When we consume a carbohydrate, our body converts that carbohydrate to glucose. That glucose goes out to our bloodstream, and that bloodstream, that our cells use that glucose as energy. Now, our pancreas secretes a hormone called insulin, and one of the jobs of insulin is to act as a gatekeeper or a key to the cell. It kind of unlocks the cell for the glucose to go in. Thanks, brother. Now, when the cell stops responding to that insulin, that is insulin resistance. What happens next? We end up with elevated glucose because it's not going where it's supposed to go, and our pancreas starts secreting more insulin. And so while we become hyperglycemic, we are also becoming hyperinsulinemic. And that hyperinsulinemia really is what's causing the insulin resistance. The more hyperinsulinemic we are, the more resistant we become. And so you get into this vicious circle, right? It takes more insulin to get the job done. So our pancreas secretes more insulin. We become more and more and more insulin resistant. Now, what causes this is, thank you, Virginia. What causes this to begin with? What got this ball in motion? Well, many people would say that it's the frequency at which we eat. We wake up in the morning, and all too often in the United States, we have a sugary cup of coffee, we have a piece of bread, we have a bagel, something of the likes. We cause a carbohydrate to glucose. We get that glucose response, and we end up with that insulin response right away, right out the gate. First thing in the morning, we end up with a hyperinsulinemic state from the get-go. And then we have a snack, we have a lunch, we have a snack, we have a dinner, we have a snack, we have a dessert. We kind of graze all day long. And what we do when we do that is we keep our insulin in that hyperinsulinemic state. Thank you, Virginia. We keep our insulin in that hyperinsulinemic state, and that is what's causing the problem, okay? So what this protocol, what the Feel Great system from Unicity does, is it really targets the insulin resistance. It starts promoting the insulin sensitivity. Now, what happens when we are insulin resistant? I'm going to name off some conditions, and I'm going to ask for some participation from you guys. I do this in a typical live stream, so I'm going to ask for some participation from you guys, okay? If I name off a condition, do me a favor and type the word me if it applies to you or somebody that you know. Stroke, heart disease, obesity, migraine headaches, dementia, osteoarthritis, childhood obesity, South Africa. Come back to me in a minute. When I get down to the Q&A, I would love to talk to you. Childhood obesity, PCOS, fatty liver, arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, erectile dysfunction, sarcopenia, high blood pressure, diabetes. I'm going to add into this list pre-diabetes, it makes sense, gout, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis. There are possible causal links to bipolar treatment disorder. There are possible causal links to schizophrenia. If you are insulin resistant, you are 3 times as likely to die of heart disease. You are 2 times as likely to die of cancer. You are 2 times as likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect type 2 diabetes. It doesn't just cause type 2 diabetes. There are a lot of things that it affects. So as a population, we should really be focusing on what do we do to become more and more and more insulin sensitive. This insulin resistance, it's causing a problem. It affects 88% of the United States. 88% of Americans are insulin resistant. Nearly 9 out of 10 of us are insulin resistant. So that's kind of crazy to think about, right? I'm going to open up Twitter so I can see the comments. And I'm going to open up IG. I'm not able to see IG. So I hope nobody's on IG. I can't see you. If you're on Instagram listening to me, I can't see your comments, and I apologize for that, okay? Think I can see everybody else's comments should you make a comment. Okay, so what the Feel Great system does is it really targets insulin resistance. And how does it do that? Well, it applies 3 different things, and each individual thing has been studied and proven in its own unique way to promote insulin sensitivity. That's what we need to do in order to reverse our insulin resistance. So the first thing that we do is intermittent fasting. And why do we do intermittent fasting, right? Our insulin levels are suppressed, reasonably suppressed in the morning. When they're suppressed, when they're down low, we're allowing our cells some time to recover, some time to become more sensitive to the insulin. But typically we have that sugary cup of coffee, that piece of toast, the bagel, something like that. What if we skip that? We would keep our insulin levels suppressed for just a little bit longer, maybe until noon, right? And what we're doing there is we're promoting insulin sensitivity along the way. Now, typically, I would go and show a study or show a gentleman. I will put the camera up here. This is Dr. Elliot Jocelyn, and Dr. Elliot Jocelyn was studying diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes mellitus around the turn of the century, 1900. And at that time, he wrote a paper in 1916 where he discussed the treatment of diabetes mellitus, and I'm going to read it from this passage right here. In that paper, he wrote that temporary periods of undernutrition are helpful in the treatment of diabetes, will probably be acknowledged by all after these 2 years of experience with fasting. And what he was illustrating in that paper was that this wasn't that big of a deal. Diabetes was not that big of a deal. All we had to do was stop eating so frequently. And if we quit eating so frequently, we would promote insulin, we would reverse the type 2 diabetes. Okay, and at the time we didn't really understand the whole insulin thing, but we did understand what Dr. Elliot Jocelyn did was he understood the correlation between intermittent fasting. Really at that time, you had to be rich to get type 2 diabetes. Only the wealthy got type 2 diabetes. Right? They were the only ones that could have breakfast. They were the only ones that have a glutinous diet. And that is how we develop the obesity and the type 2 diabetes. That's how we get there, right? And only them. So he made that correlation. Now, who's heard of Dr. Jason Fung? There's no viewers on IG. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Who has heard of Dr. Jason Fung? Dr. Jason Fung has written many books. This one here is called Life in the Fasting Lane. And if somebody could type Life in the Fasting Lane by Dr. Jason Fung, and I will type it over here. Let's see, type a message. Dr. Jason Fung, no, not Fang, Fung, Life in the Fasting Lane. Okay, there we go. Dr. Jason Fung, Life in the Fasting Lane. Okay, now Dr. Jason Fung is a nephrologist out of Toronto, Canada. He studies kidneys, and he found a relationship between insulin resistance and kidney health. And he thought that if we were to reverse that insulin resistance, we would promote the kidney health. Thank you, Tanya. If we reversed that insulin resistance, he thought we could promote insulin sensitivity. We thought that we could promote kidney health. I'm sorry, I'm looking at too many platforms. I need to focus on one, and I apologize, guys. And he was right. It started working. What he did was he built on Dr. Elliot Jocelyn's theory of intermittent fasting, and he applied to it a keto diet, a low-carb, high-fat diet, keto diet. A very strict one at that, but he started reversing insulin resistance. He started reversing the type 2 diabetes. He started reversing PCOS amongst the people who were listening to his protocol. It worked. It didn't just work, it worked wonderfully. At this point, Dr. Fung has probably helped tens of thousands of people reverse their type 2 diabetes. In fact, he's on record as saying that type 2 diabetes is a completely reversible disease. It is not chronic, it is not progressive, it is completely reversible. I encourage you to follow him on all of the major social media platforms and purchase his books. Life in the Fasting Lane would be the first one I would purchase. He's also like a 5-time bestseller. He's done the Diabetes Code, the Obesity Code, the Cancer Code, amazing books, and they will open your mind as to what exactly we can achieve through intermittent fasting and that low-carb, high-fat diet. Now, the Feel Great system doesn't necessarily apply the low-carb, high-fat diet. You can use that, you can apply that, and that will accelerate your results. Okay, that will do nothing but accelerate your results. However, you don't have to be a keto diet to win on the Feel Great system, okay? So part one of the protocol is intermittent fasting, and really what we're doing there is suppressing our insulin levels and allowing our cells to become more insulin sensitive during that time. It's an 16 and 8 time-based intermittent fasting schedule. So out of a 24-hour day, we intermittent fast for 16 hours and we eat within an 8-hour window. In that 8-hour window, we really try and focus on 2 meals, no snacks. That's a tough one for people, but you get used to it. It really becomes quite easy, especially when you have good nutritious lunch, good nutritious dinner. You stop losing those cravings for the snacks. Okay, so 16 and 8 time-based eating schedule, intermittent fasting schedule. Right, Jason? Where's Amanda? We got family in town, so I got some new moderators. Okay, so part one of the protocol, guys, is intermittent fasting. Are there any questions on part one of the protocol before I move on to part two of the protocol? No? Anybody have any questions on that? I see we got somebody on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, you can type your comment, and everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter, they should be able to see that comment. So feel free to comment in. Can you do any 16 hours? Great question, Chanel. Yes, 16 hours. You arrange, it's a 16-hour block of not eating that you want to do, okay? You can move that 16 hours to wherever you want to in the day, but you want to have 16 consecutive hours of intermittent fasting. For me personally, I go from 8 p.m. until noon the following day. But if, 4 p.m. until 8 a.m. works best for you, then do that. However you want to do it, just 16 hours in a consecutive window. Lost 19 pounds in 18 days on this so far. Feel great. That is awesome, Johnny. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm going to move on to part two of the protocol. Part two of the protocol is Unicity tea, okay? Unicity tea. Now, what makes Unicity tea so special? What is Unicity tea? Unicity tea is a yerba mate extract. That means Unicity starts with a product called yerba mate. Yerba mate is a leaf that's grown in the regions that are now, the regions of Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay. There's a really thick, rich, red clay soil there that really is the only place you can grow that particular leaf. When paired with the dense rainforest type climate, it really is ideal for that leaf. What Unicity does is they still purchase the leaves from those original farmers. They still fire roast the leaves in a very similar way to the what they do. That's really the only way to get the goodness out of that leaf. Hey, Rastros. And what they do at that point is they stop kind of the traditional yerba mate tea process. They go from there, they start extracting things like theobromine and chlorogenic acid. And it's the chlorogenic acid that I really want to talk about, though there are a lot of benefits to theobromine. If I have anybody listening to me right now that suffers from gout, theobromine has been shown and studied to help with uric acid. So that will really help you with your gout. However, I'm going to spend time on the chlorogenic acid. Chlorogenic acid has been scientifically proven to promote insulin sensitivity, and that's exactly what we're doing. Now, I would typically go to a study that I found on PubMed, but having 3 cameras, I've just decided that's going to be clumsy. But this is PubMed. It's part of the National Institutes for Health. This is an official government agency, and I found 2 different articles, there's a study and then a review, where they both said something like this. Chlorogenic acid showed decreased body weight, improved glucose tolerance, and insulin resistance, and these effects were similar to those of metformin. In a second review that I found, looking at the roles of chlorogenic acid on regulating glucose and lipids metabolism, this second review said that chlorogenic acid is a novel insulin sensitizer that potentiates insulin action similar to the therapeutic action of metformin. Now, if you go to Google and you type in, does chlorogenic acid reverse insulin resistance, you will find plenty and plenty and plenty of studies that have been done on exactly this topic, okay? Now, what exactly is chlorogenic acid? Chlorogenic acid is a naturally occurring compound alongside caffeine. So when you have caffeic acid, you get chlorogenic acid. It just occurs in nature. It's not added by mankind. It just happens, okay? So when you drink your coffee in the morning, when you drink your tea in the morning, they would have chlorogenic acid. And that is actually typically a pretty good source for it. What makes Unicity's Unimate special is that it has 10 times the chlorogenic acid of a typical cup of coffee. This isn't like a cup of coffee. It's not like a typical cup of tea. This is really packed. Elizabeth, I'm going to get right to there. For those that need to hurry, the link in my bio on all of my social media platforms is Unicity's website, okay? That goes directly to Unicity's website. When you use the link in my bio, it goes, you're purchasing the product from the manufacturer. That really is the only place to purchase it. Don't do it. It's available on Amazon. Resist the urge. You're going to spend too much money and you're not buying it from the manufacturer. They don't authorize that sale, okay? More importantly, when you purchase it from the manufacturer, they are the ones that are fulfilling it. I'm going to be talking about how this is food. Food. Don't buy food from people that you don't know, okay? So, but stay with me here. Before you jump to the link in my bio, stick with me and let me talk about the Balance as well, the Balance fiber packet, okay? So, Unimate, the tea, is available in lemon ginger. You can still get for a short while. They're black, which tastes like black coffee. You can get their black and salted caramel, their salted caramel fuel. They've got a number of different flavors, but moving forward, they're kind of sticking to the lemon and the lemon ginger. I really recommend the lemon to begin with. It is the most widely accepted if there was such a thing, okay? Okay, Johnny Fescue, great. I'm going to take a brief pause here. I feel like I can't take a brief pause. I said I was going to get it done in 30 minutes or less, and I'm at 24. I'm going to jump right into the third part of the protocol, which is Unicity Balance, okay? What is Unicity Balance? Why is this product so special? Unicity Balance was actually developed by Rexall Pharmacy back in like 1988, 35 years ago. And it was originally released as a product called BioSlife. And BioSlife was developed to help people lose weight and lower their cholesterol. Well, then it did. And it started helping people lower their A1C values. And when that happened, they really started looking to what made this BioSlife so special. So Balance has the original BioSlife formula in it. They've done some other things. They've added some vitamin complexes. They've added the Unicity 7X patented blend of fiber to it. But really, what is it? The BioSlife formula has been studied time and time again. It's been studied at all sorts of places like Stanford, UNLV, BYU, all sorts of different places. But it's been studied at two places in specific that I like to talk about. The University of Sydney, Australia, as well as the Cleveland Clinic. The Cleveland Clinic is widely perceived to be the top heart hospital in North America. It's one of the top heart hospitals in the world. As a matter of fact, if you are from the medical community, I would ask you to type in the comments section, do you agree with that? How many you see? John, John, I see you right there, brother. How are you, brother? If you're from the medical community, would you agree that the Cleveland Clinic is one of the top heart hospitals out there? I'm going to ask that of the people that are from the medical community. Now, they studied this particular fiber, BioSlife, and they actually did a published study on it. And in that study, they said such a product, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and potentially decrease the need and or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. The top heart hospital in North America, one of the top heart hospitals in the world, suggests that BioSlife, again, that's the base product for this, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk, that's heart disease, on a population basis, that's everybody, and potentially decrease the need and or dose for lipid-lowering prescription drugs. Those are statins. The top heart hospital in the world, or in the U.S., is suggesting that this packet right here could reduce the need and or dose for statin drugs. That's an amazing statement from a very prestigious location. It's also been studied at the University of Sydney, Australia. And why that's important, the glycemic index is a method of measuring how a food will react in our body, right? How quickly and how high our blood sugar spike will happen after we consume a certain food. We should be eating foods that are in the low to medium glycemic index. If you type glycemicindex.com into your web browser, it will take you to the University of Sydney, Australia. They have studied BioSlife. And what they found was that the fiber-rich supplement BioSlife Slim decreased the glycemic index of 3 common starchy foods, namely white bread, white rice, and mashed potato. In each case, it reduced the glycemic indices from high glycemic foods to medium glycemic foods. Furthermore, and noteworthy given the relevance of insulin in obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and more, the fiber supplement reduced the insulin index for all 3 test foods. What they're suggesting is that this product right here took a mashed potato, white rice, white bread that was in the high glycemic index and moved it to the medium glycemic index. Now, we're supposed to be eating foods out of the low to medium. This packet did that. It took foods out of the high and put them into the medium. They studied it a second time, and the second time they studied it, they gave test patients white bread, which again is high in the glycemic index. They gave them 1 or 2 slices of white bread. They gave them 1 or 2 slices of, or 2 packets of BioSlife. When they gave them 1 packet, they found on average it lowered the blood glucose level by 20%. When they gave them 2 packets, it lowered the blood glucose level by 28%. Insulin index, or the blood insulin levels were similar, 13 and 27% respectively, 1 and 2 packets. So what do we do? How do we use the Unicity Feel Great system? And I think I'm coming up right at 30 minutes. Dang, guys, I'm getting close. In the morning, when I wake up, I'm in my fast. Again, I fast from 8 p.m. until noon, okay? And then from noon until 8, I eat. Well, when I wake up in the morning, I take a packet of the Unicity Unimate. I mix it in with some hot water, and like coffee hot, not scalding hot, but coffee hot water. And I do about 24 ounces, honestly, of water to this. I mix it up, and I sip on this all morning long. Remember I mentioned that chlorogenic acid is an appetite suppressant? It makes you feel full. It gives you a boost of energy. This does just that. You will find yourself eager to attack the day when you drink Unimate. Furthermore, we're fasting. This little packet right here will keep you from having to stare at the clock waiting for your fasting window to close. You're not going to be sitting there staring, waiting. Drink your Unimate. I say lean on your Unimate. Lean on it. It will help you. It will help you get through that fast, and you will feel incredible while you're doing it. More importantly, the chlorogenic acid within Unimate will be doing some hard-hitting work on your insulin resistance. It will help promote your insulin sensitivity. Now, when I break my fast and I go for lunch, 10 to 15 minutes before lunch, I will have a Balance fiber packet. I will mix this in cold water, 300 milliliters of cold water to be specific. That's about 11 ounces of water-ish. And I use cold water, and I drink this one as fast as I can. Unlike the Unimate, I try and get this one down as quickly as I can. 10 to 15 minutes before I eat, I do that. Now what that's going to do is kind of form a fiber matrix in your stomach for you to accept those foods. It will slow down the absorption of those carbohydrates, and it will... It works, that's it. And so I do that before lunch, and I do that before dinner, okay? And I'm right at 31 minutes. I'm sorry I went over by a minute, But that is the entire protocol, okay? Intermittent fasting, 16 hours a day, 8 hours of eating. During the 8 hours, we have 2 meals. While we're intermittent fasting, after we wake up, we mix up a batch of Unicity tea. Before we eat, we mix up a batch of Balance. That's the entire protocol. Now, with that, I've got a bunch of people right here in this live stream who have been helping me out along the way with explaining. J.R. Osgood, as an example, has lowered his glucose from an average. He's got one of those continuous glucose monitors on his arm that tells him what his glucose is all day long. He was at 220 before he started this program. He's down into the low 100s now. It estimates, I believe, John, what, 5.6 A1C? It estimates he's at a 5.6, I believe, A1C. He's only been on the product for about a month. Roro, who is a new moderator for me, Roro told me today that she looked at her A1C test results from March 15th, I believe, and she was in excess of 14 for her A1C. In excess of 14. Oh, Shan, thank you very much. I didn't talk about where to get it. Guys, on all of my social media platforms, in my bio, I've got a link. That link goes directly to the manufacturer's website, okay? That goes directly to Unicity. The product costs $154 a month. That's a 30-day supply. Costs about $5.16 per day. That's the price of your Starbucks coffee. That's the price of your breakfast that you're going to be fasting through. It's $5.16 per day. Keep that in mind. Unicity also offers a full 90-day money-back guarantee. Eric, I see you over here, buddy. I'm sorry. I see you over here. I've been missing your comments. I'll get right to you here. Unicity offers a 90-day money-back guarantee. Basically, if you don't see a reduction in your A1C, if you don't see a reduction in your cholesterol, they'll give you your money back. 90 days, 100%. That's pretty amazing, okay? Okay, Eric, are you still over here? Yes, you are, aren't you? You say, I'm also diabetic. Can I get the same tea at the grocery store? You cannot get Unicity at the grocery store. The only place to get it is the link in my bio. Now, on that platform, I have a link tree. So when you go into the link tree, the very first link is Unicity Feel Great System. That is the manufacturer's link, okay? That goes to Unicity, the manufacturer. Don't buy it from anywhere else. Purchase it from the manufacturer. Guys, I like to emphasize that as well. When you use that link, you're not purchasing the product from me. You're purchasing the product from Unicity, the manufacturer. Okay, $154. It's a 30-day supply. It's about $5.16. Eric, you good over there, buddy? Let me know if you have any other questions. How about here? Am I missing any questions over here? Rastros, my cholesterol went from 313 to 253 in 1 month. That is amazing, Rastros. And I need to hear your laugh again. Any questions over here, guys? Right here, I believe, is this all? This is all FB. And I'm sorry, guys, if I seem like I'm giving one camera a lot of attention, the majority of my followers are on the Clock app. I can't see your bio. Please put it on the screen. Elizabeth, okay, let me do this. Here, Elizabeth. You know what? Here, on the TikTok, Elizabeth, don't go pushing the buttons just yet. But what you'll do is you'll click that right there, the Healthy Pitmaster. You'll click that, and then it'll bring up a thing where you'll have a picture of me, and I'll be kind of pulsating. If you click that picture of me pulsating, that will take you out to my homepage, and you will see on the homepage it says youfeelgreat.com/c/pky something. That's the link that goes to Unicity. Try that. Let me know if you can't get there, okay? Same for you, Eric, though you're going to have to go through the tree, the link tree, as well as FB. I've got a link tree on my Facebook page. Sorry, I keep looking over here for the Facebook. Awesome. Thanks, John. I appreciate you, brother. I am on the protocol. Oh, yes. So, guys, over here on Facebook, John Osgood is making a comment right there that he is on the protocol, and that's important to know. That I mean, he actually is a user of the product, so feel free to ask him. He's also had amazing results. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Definitely talk to my doctor before trying it out. There you go, Eric. And I don't have a problem with anybody talking to their doctors whatsoever. You should consult your doctor. I'm gonna throw something out though. Um, it's fiber and it's tea. Would you talk to your doctor before you had a cup of tea? And would you talk to your doctor before you took Metamucil? There you go. Uh, This is an all natural product, guys. It's an all natural product. I don't have a problem with you talking to your doctor at all. Okay, go talk to your doctor. Um, they're probably going to downplay it. Just to be honest, they're going to downplay it. It's unfortunate for you where you're at the platform that you're on right now. You're kind of by yourself. Over on the other one, I've got quite a few people that are actually actively on it. John Osgood right here. His A1C, I think I just saw you said it was 5.7 is what you're suggesting it was, John. And what was it when you started? And then I'm going to go through Roro. Yeah, right. Roro also was her A1C was in excess of 14. Her A1C was in excess of 14. Oh, so John was 7 before he started. 5.7 right now, 1 month in on the protocol. Roro, who's over here, and that was heavily medicated. I'm sorry, I need to point that out too. John's also saying he was a 7 and he was heavily medicated. Now, he did something that I don't suggest, so I don't want you guys thinking that I'm suggesting you do this. John's a big person, he's a big man, he makes his own decisions. 19 days, he says. 19 days, he says, okay? After 19 days, he's gone from that 7 to his CGM is saying is a 5.7. He quit taking his medications the day that he started this protocol. I don't recommend anybody do that. John decided to do that, but he has been completely unmedicated. He's saying he's lost 10 pounds, and his A1C went from 7 to his continuous glucose monitor is now suggesting he's at a 5.7. Those are pretty amazing results. And again, guys, it is worth trying it. When you see the results, your doctor will be amazed, right, Rastros? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that at this point we've got so many people that are on the protocol. Guys, if you're questioning it, does anybody have any questions? I thought that I would open up the mics to anybody that had a question they wanted to chime in, and I guess I shouldn't have said that because I don't know how to do that on this platform. I don't know how to do that here. Please feel free to ask questions, okay, on the FB. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to jump in on the microphone with? And if not, I'm also going to suggest, all right, Eric, thank you very much. I'm going to suggest that I answer every question, every single question. If you send me a question, I will respond to it. So use that message box. Send me a message. I'm just checking them right now, actually. I don't see any. Cool. Hi, Danielle. How are you? Did you stick around and listen to this entire protocol, Danielle? That's an estimate based on 24-hour CGM data, and I'll see blood work. There you go. Love it, John. You know I love that. Sorry, I'm checking the IG real quick. Make sure. Just found you right now. Where is your protocol found? We did. Love it. In my profile, if you click right here, and then it'll bring up a pulsating face of me. Click that little pulsating face. That will take you out to my home page. and the link in that bio goes to the manufacturer's website, okay? Danielle, do me a favor, Danielle. Go ahead and send me a message, and maybe we'll text or call. I'll be live again tomorrow, but if you'd like to text or call, I can go over the protocol with you on that level, if you're comfortable with that. How many times a day can you take the Unicity? I drink it all day long. Drinking it right now. All day long. Let's see. I started the product 2 weeks ago, but I find I'm full till late and eat later than intended, like 10. Chanel, I think that's just building a new habit, okay? You just got to focus on trying to build a new habit. That will get easier as you get more and more accustomed to the product. This health system gave me a new sense of confidence going into the doctor's office, right? My A1's Easy E Hamilton. Try the protocol, bud. Try the protocol. You're seeing all of these people making these comments talking about how well it works. It's not a conspiracy, bud. It just works. Just works. Okay, Danielle, do me a favor and send me a message with you. If you'll send me a message with your telephone number, I'll just call you as soon as I'm done with this live stream. How's that? Or we can do it tomorrow. Doesn't matter. We need to keep the black. I know, right? Went to the doctor's Monday. I'm hopefully ordering on Saturday. Penguin Mom, I love it. I love it. I love it. Fired up. I found my snacking through the day to be a habit. It was hard, but I broke it. Exactly. Tony, that's exactly it, bud. You just got to build new habits. I'm now on a med that costs $700 a month. Yeah, all of a sudden 154 seems pretty cheap. Tomorrow is great. Do you have a specific, you know what, Danielle, do me a favor and send me a message with your phone number and tell me when is a good time to call you, and I'll just make that happen, okay? And make sure you include your time zone. Anybody over here? I'm trying to keep an eye on the different platforms. Yeah, this will save you $550. Osgood? Absolutely. Absolutely, Danielle. I'll also be live again tomorrow as well. What do you guys think of my new office, huh? We've got family in town, and it felt kind of goofy doing my bit in my kitchen. So they're all down there right now. I drink my Unicity in the morning until 1 a.m. and supposed to drink it all day. I use the bottle sent to... Oh, no, Chanel. No. I'm sorry. No, Chanel, you're doing it right. Drink it in the morning. I'm suggesting I purchase more Unicity. I drink it all day long. I go through about 3 packets a day. Thanks, Rastros. Thank you. It'll be nice when I can get these to all go through one camera. This camera right here, the one that you guys are all on, makes it challenging. They won't let me multi-stream. There you go, Jardiance. It's a GLP-1 inhibitor, right, or a GLP-1 agonist. Oddly enough, yerba mate tea has been studied to have similar effects on the GLP-1. So there's just an interesting little tidbit. What's the benefits for drinking it so often in one day? Chanel, really, I just like the tea. I like the way that it makes me feel. I'm not drinking sodas, so to me, it's just a better product to be drinking. It's a really good product. So I like the chlorogenic acid in it. I like the fact that the chlorogenic acid, I do drink water. I drink quite a bit of water. Absolutely. Unicity also makes a great pre-workout. Boy, there is another thing. Tony just touched on that. Unicity makes a great pre-workout, and he's not kidding. It's actually, right now, a world record marathon runner is drinking Unicity before he races. We've got a power lifter named Mike Saunders who set 3 different world records in one competition, and he attributes a lot of that to the Unicity. There's a professional baseball player, and I can never remember his name, right now in Major League Baseball, who's on the protocol. Son, I like the red posies behind you. Salted caramel. Will it break a fast? No, it will not, Osgood. It will not. How much weight have I lost? I've lost about 15 pounds, and that's an interesting question, okay? This is not a weight loss protocol, but I want to illustrate something, okay? How many overweight or obese type 1 diabetics have you ever met in your entire life? Probably not very many, right? And how many really thin type 2 diabetics have you ever met in your entire life? Probably, again, not very many. Okay? Insulin helps in storing fat. So, moreover, I just did a duet on this, and I'm going to play that duet for us, and then I'm going to come back and answer that question a little bit more.
I want to read something to you. It's a picture. It's this picture, and I don't know how to reverse my camera. If insulin is low, no matter what else you're eating, the fat cell cannot help but shrink, and thus fat mass will go down. I'm going to read it twice. If insulin is low, no matter what else you are eating, the fat cells cannot help but shrink, and your fat mass will go down. That's a fact. So don't count calories, count carbohydrates until you can get your fat under control, your BMI under control. It's a lot easier than chasing calories and 5 macros. There's only 3. Anyway, chase your carbs, get in fat burning, fasting, and prioritize proteins. Ben Bickman.
So when I say that it's not a weight loss protocol, what happens is as you become more insulin sensitive, your body doesn't have the need to make you hyperinsulinemic. When we're hyperinsulinemic, we start storing fat. It just happens. As we become more insulin sensitive, we don't have as much insulin in our bloodstreams, and we're not storing it quite the same. You just lose weight as kind of a side effect of being insulin sensitive. So it's not really a weight loss protocol. People lose weight as a side effect of reversing their insulin resistance. So to that point, it's a very healthy weight loss. It doesn't happen overnight. If you jump on the protocol and you're expecting to lose 30 pounds next week, this probably isn't the right protocol, but this is a very sustainable protocol. It's not a yo-yo diet type thing, okay? I hope that makes sense. Awesome, Rover, you got it? Absolutely. In addition to, now that being said, I don't know if I answered your question. I've lost about 15 pounds. I've lost about 70 pounds overall, but I had plateaued for about a year. And then when I started the Feel Great system, about within 5 weeks, I lost another 15 pounds, and I've kind of plateaued there. I'm about 195 right now. I'm 5'11". Any other questions, guys? Does anybody else have any other questions? It's a little bit of a different format than I typically take on. I lost 6 pounds in the last month easily. I've never been hungry since I started. I love that, Rastros. Love that. My liter bottles came in today. They put liter bottles, by the way, Osgood, I think you'd want one too. They have the liter bottles on the website right now. 6'3" and lost about 25 pounds in just over the first month. Citrus Mint, they are discontinuing. It's available while supplies last. It's not very good. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Citrus Mint. Honestly, neither is Amanda. That's one of the only ones that we really didn't like. But you can try it. But there's a reason they're discontinuing that one. Am I missing any questions, guys? The 1 liter bottles are just nice. They're nice to have. By the way, the diamond bottle that you would get with the protocol, when you order for the first time, you're going to get a box like this. The box will come with your balance, your Unicity, and then a diamond bottle. If you do the subscription, they're going to send a gift. Baba Waba. Baba Waba. I love that. They're going to send you a gift. If you do the subscription, actually this month it's a really cool. It's a frother. Everybody, whether it's your first purchase or not, everybody that's on subscription this month gets a frother. That's kind of cool. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Osgood. Yes. Salted caramel fuel. Oops. Comments just got away. Was told to change date to get it earlier for extra on hand after first order. Patty M. Was told to change date to get it earlier. I'm not totally understanding that. I have ordered the lemon ginger because of my arthritis. The one that they send you in the package is what size? It's a half liter. Yes, you do, Tony. I'm on subscription and did not get a frother. I think it's just starting like right now, I believe. How long does it take for your body to adjust to the additional fiber in the balance? For me, it was immediate. As in, I had irritable bowel syndrome for 15 years, and on day number 2, that was gone, and I've never had it since. On some other people aren't so lucky. Some people might have some side effects of either bloating or diarrhea. If that happens, we suggest you cut back to a half packet of balance for the first week or so, and then gradually work yourself back up to the full packet. And that usually resolves the problem. In the case of constipation, which is real rare that it happens, but some people get constipated, they do have another product called Life Fiber, and Life Fiber is primarily an insoluble fiber, and it's a phenomenal product. So, that answer your question. What's with the shipping being so slow? Do you know, Dana? It's funny. It really depends on where you're at. Okay. You're welcome, Rover. It depends on where you're at. Texas, I understand, could be awesome, Larry. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I will send you a text. I'm probably not going to send them out tonight. I'll send out texts tomorrow morning. Dana, it depends on where you're at. So I'm in Denver, Colorado, and I get my order within like 3 or 4 days regularly. Tanya up here, Tanya Lee, ordered hers. Of course, she put a P.O. box, and I think that slowed things down. Don't put a P.O. box. That'll goof it all up. The P.O. box just goofed it all up. But in Texas, I guess they're, 7 to 10 days. So it just really depends on where you're at, I think. Do they have sample packets? Brandy, they don't really. I believe you can still get the multi-pack, though I wouldn't get it. It's got 10 of the lemon ginger, 10 of the lemon, and 10 of the black. They're discontinuing the black, so it doesn't matter if you like it or not. It's being discontinued. And oftentimes it's very polarizing. I like it. It tastes like black coffee, but if you don't like black coffee, you're not going to like it. And you get 10 days worth of that. You have to just kind of stomach through that, and that sucks. So I would say start with the lemon, and everybody likes, I say tolerate, everybody loves the lemon. And then branch out and try the lemon ginger. I personally like them both. I rotate between the two. Arkansas, a week, and it was a holiday. After first order you received to change order date 2 weeks earlier so you have extra on hand. That's a great idea, Patty M. That's a great idea. Absolutely a great idea. Now, guys, normally my wife Amanda is in here with us, and about every couple of months I buy an extra kit for exactly that reason. We're always drinking. I drink more Unicity than Amanda does. She might have 2 in a day occasionally. I have them all day long. I'll have 2 or 3 a day. So every now and then we'll order an extra kit. It's nice to have the extra balance. If we go out and get pizza, I'm wearing my favorite pizza restaurant shirt right now. If we go out for pizza, I always take 2 balance. If we go out for pasta, I take 2 balance. So it's nice to have that extra kit. Fired up. I love the lemon ginger. Am I supposed to use the 24-ounce bottle? Because I got the one that came in package with the limits. Chanel, that works just fine. Use the one that they're suggesting. Or use the bottle that they gave. The Unicity really, you can dilute this, you can concentrate it, however you want to do it. If you don't, the line on your bottle is actually 500 milliliters, half liter, right? And so if you want to fill it to that, feel free to fill it to that. It's about 16 ounces ish. But me personally, in the morning, I do it to 24 ounces of hot water. I like the flavor a little bit better, and I sip on the hot water a little bit longer. I don't chug it, which just prolongs the effect a little bit for me. I like it that way, but if you like it in the 24 or in the half liter, do that. I also will take and do it in the 1 liter, and in this one, I added a couple lemon slices and some lime wedges, and then I'll sip on this literally all day long. Actually, when it gets down to about here, I'll usually fill it back up with water so it gets progressively more and more diluted. Now, this one actually has a blend of the Unicity lemon ginger as well as the matcha focus, which is the caffeine-free version of their matcha. Delicious. What other questions do we have, guys? I've loved the interaction here. Thank you very much. A little bit of a different format than I usually do on a live stream, but I felt that, since Trent and Rav both canceled their live Q&As, I thought I would jump in and kind of do a similar type format. So different. It's different. Hope you guys liked it. I don't have the head count that I usually get. Apparently it was a little more boring or something. Is that you over on the FB, John? Does it taste like a normal tea, though? I'll be honest, Brandy, I don't typically drink tea. I didn't like tea. It wasn't my jam. I don't like tea. Okay, so I do have a viewer on the FB. Do you have any questions on the FB? Facebook. I apologize. I'm live on, I think, 5. Actually, Instagram's about ready to cut off because it only does an hour. But 7 different platforms for about another minute. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them. I can see all of the different questions here. Can you take more than 1 balance per meal? I only take 1 prior to my meal. Yes, you can, Chanel. If we go out for pizza, I always take 2 balance. Thank you, Mother. Y'all make a good team trying to save lives. I'm buying a 1 liter. It's great, dude. It's great. Brandy, I don't think I answered your question. I don't normally like tea. This tea I can't get enough of. What other questions do we have, guys? And if we don't have any questions, I'm probably going to cut it off. Oh, there you go. Roxy, how are you? How are you? I hope you're well. The teas does not have an aftertaste. That's great. Oh, this is Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? I joined late. How do I order? Jackie Carpenter, go to the link in my bio. The link in my bio is the manufacturer's website, okay? It's that you're going to Unicity's website. It costs $154 for a 30-day supply, but the manufacturer gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. If you don't see results, ask for a refund. But they're guaranteeing you will see lowered A1C, lowered cholesterol, that sort of thing. If you don't see that, ask for a refund. They'll give it back to you. But $154 for a 30-day supply. It's really about $5.16 per day. That's the price of your Starbucks. That's the price of your breakfast that you're going to be fasting through. It's an amazing. And then, moreover, we're surrounded by people right now in this live stream. I'm very fortunate to have a bunch of people who are on the protocol who have had amazing results in a very short period of time. Chanel, you take one balance before each meal. Take one balance before each meal. However, if you're going to eat a meal that's really high in carbs or something that just we know is not really good for us, take two balance. Take two. Like pizza. My wife and I are pizza snobs. We love pizza. If I'm going to have pizza, I take two balances. Oh, good comment, Tanya. The system comes with a 30-day supply for 2 meals a day. So it's a 30-day supply, so you get 60 balances. If you do take 2 balances, it's going to goof up your count. Good night, Mother. So that's where I say Amanda and I will occasionally buy a second kit, or a third kit, I guess, per month, just to have extras. Good night, Marilyn. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up as well. If you have any questions that we didn't get to here, feel free to drop me a message, send me a message. I respond to everything. If you're on the fence about doing the protocol, do it. Just do it. I'm going to be your coach. If you use my link, I will be your coaches, and I'm going to reach out to you, and I will do everything I can to ensure you're going to be successful on this protocol. That being said, if for some reason you're the one who it doesn't work for, they'll offer you your money back, okay? Chanel, is it okay if I miss taking my balance for my second meal? I'm not accustomed to the process. That's going to happen, Chanel. Don't sweat it, okay? Try and do better, but everybody forgets to take their balance. This is a completely new thing for most everybody. Just try and do better next time, that's all. Just purchase the bottle, Fuel and Black with 2-day shipping. There you go, brother. You're going to like that salted caramel. Yay, glad to catch a night one. I listened through the day. Look forward to more. You're welcome, Brandy. Thank you. Thanks for sticking around. If you're on the fence, PM those of us commenting here. Absolutely. Thanks, John. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you. I went to school with a friend, Chanel. Haven't seen or heard from her in a long time. What's happening, Amory? I've seen others do this presentation, but yours is the most. Thank you. That's very kind, Chanel. That's very, very kind. Thank you. You saying the same to hers, Brandy? Saying the same to Chanel? Those are very kind words, guys. Thank you very much. Very, very kind. I appreciate that. I try. I want everybody to understand what the product is that they're taking, so that I think that if you understand the product that you're taking, it better suits you for success once you're actually taking the product. You actually understand what is happening to your body, why things are happening, why you need the product, and once you're on it, what it's doing to you. So I try to just be thorough so that when you actually get on the product, you have realistic expectations, right? Have realistic expectations, and hopefully you're as successful. I've been very blessed. I've reversed my type 2 diabetes. Every day I just get a little bit more healthy. I love the way that I feel. You were the first presentation I saw. Thank you, Tanya. And I think you watched me for quite a while, didn't you, Tanya, before you ordered? was about a month before you ordered, I believe, or a couple weeks, something like that. I mean, it was a while. Nice, brother. The feeling is very mutual, John. You know, the feeling is very mutual. I've been fortunate enough to get to meet a lot of good people in this. Yep, a week I watched several people. Okay, Tanya. And as you'll get to know, most of us that are talking about this product know each other or know of each other. A lot of us have actually met each other in person. I've met Todd Duck in person. I've met Michelle Radcliffe. I've known Amory forever. How can I order my second box from your page? So your membership link is linked to whoever it was that you ordered from initially. Okay, and I guess I want to tread delicately there. Okay, if you were unhappy with where you're at, you could do two different things. You could call 1-800-Unicity and ask them to move you to me, or you could start a new profile with a new email address and just use mine if you wanted to do that. Saw a lady than you, but yours stuck, and I just kept listening. Still do like to catch a live. Awesome, Brandy. Are you on the system, Brandy? That's just a, and that's delicate territory, Chanel. Okay, I hope you understand where I'm coming from there. But the most important thing is that you feel like you're in a position where you feel like you're going to be successful. Okay, that's I think all of us. That's all we really care about. If they have a spouse, they could. Oh, there we go. Marilyn is saying on the FB, if they have a spouse, they could put it in their name, and then switch over. I am drinking. Okay, Brandy, real quick. Give it a shot. That's all I'm going to say. Give it a shot. Give it 90 days. Okay. Michelle Buchanan. I am drinking the Matcha Focus as well as the Lemon Ginger Unamate. It's in a 1 liter bottle. They have these on the website right now for a short while. They typically sell out pretty quick. But it's the Matcha Focus, which is the caffeine-free matcha. And that's kind of key because the matcha will keep you up for days on end. Mixed with the lemon ginger, and I put a couple lemon slices and lime slices in there just for added flavor. And for your suggestion about my spouse, I can do that. That was Marilyn. That was Marilyn. Thank Marilyn on the FB. You're welcome, Michelle. It's delicious. The matcha really has this pretty intense kind of boot. How are you, Ben? How are you, brother? Thank you, Marilyn. And guys, I'm watching multiple platforms here. I don't know if you have any questions over here on the clapper. Nope. I don't understand the clapper yet. They come and go quick. Chanel says, thank you, Marilyn. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It got pretty quiet there. Is the matcha, every time I say that, is the matcha also a tea from Unicity? It is. It is. And if you're interested in that, you can use shop.unicity.com. However, you'll want to be a member before you use that. So, Chanel, you already are a member. If you're not a member, don't just go into there. You'll overpay, okay? You want to use the member code, the member discount code. Oh, Osgood? I don't think you can, brother. I don't think you can. I think once you've signed on, they kind of put your member number with the member number that you signed on with. So you can request to be moved. They're going to ask why, and I don't want to really get anybody in trouble. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm flattered. That's very flattering, Chanel. I really hope I'm not missing. Oh, actually, I don't have any viewers on the tweet. Hey, Marilyn, how do you like that chat overlay view? If somebody were on one of the other platforms, this camera right here is streaming to 4 different platforms right now. And so when somebody comments on it, you should be able to see all of the different platforms' comments. Curious what you think about that. Not a worry. There you go, Chanel. I'm flattered. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And I'm going to go back to, I believe that all of us would really just want to make sure that you were in a position that was, that you're in a position where you're going to win. It's because I don't have anybody else on the other platforms right now. But you know what I'll do? I'm going to go onto another platform and I will type something. Oh, I don't think I can actually. Never mind, I can't. If you're not hungry, do you have to take the second balance? No, Michelle, that's a great question. If you're not hungry, and that's going to happen, if you're not hungry, just start fasting. Just start your fast. Or stay in your fast. If you're not hungry at lunchtime, just don't break your fast. Keep it going. Don't break it. The longer that fast goes, there's a lot of extra things that happen to you that are wonderful. So just extend the fast. Do I look you up on their website, the Healthy Pit? No. Are you at, as far as like moving you over to my number? If that's the case, send me a message and I'll just give you my member number. You'd have to provide my member number to them, and then you'd use your member number. You'd say, I just want to move under this coach, something like that. I don't think any of us are actually on their website per se. Like, they're not going to find us specifically on their website. But if you use the link in my bio, that would tie to my member number. The link in my bio is attached to me. I'm new to doing this on FB. I'm normally, yeah, I know it, Marilyn. I know it. That's exactly it, John. That's a great way to put it. Use his link in the bio. You too, Roro. So proud of you. Real quick, before you go to bed, Roro, do me a favor and will you type out some of, you know what? I actually have them. I want to get, guys, I don't want her to go yet. Roro, stick around for me, okay? Oh, dang it. You haven't sent me that text yet. Roro, type out your numbers, what they were, what they are, real quick for me, will you? Roro had some pretty awesome test results. She got her blood sugars done today or yesterday, but she got the results today, and they're wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And so she's getting ready to go to sleep, and I just asked her to type out 10 different numbers. But I love hearing these wins, guys. It's like my favorite part of the day. It's my favorite part of the day. While she's doing that, I got another text today, okay, from a guy named Michael. Her blood glucose has been great today. Oh, Tanya, your blood glucose has been great today. I love it, Tanya. I absolutely love that. Michael sent me a text today. He's been on the protocol for about 6 weeks, okay? And he says, I got to tell you, I went to the doctor yesterday. My glucose was 121. For reference, it used to be 207, his average glucose. I've lost 15 pounds. I go back in 90 days to check my A1C. He said that I am one of the few who actually do something about what I say I'll do. All good signs, and I think I'm going to be okay. I got that text today. He's feeling incredible. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. He's at 6 weeks on the protocol. I get to see texts like that all day long. And I love it when Roro, she knows that I put Roro on the call with, I went and put the phone on speakerphone with Amanda. So Amanda's cheering in here too. So I love these calls, guys. I love these texts. It is awesome. It's awesome. That's the one. I don't know if you guys have heard this other one that I just got last week from Dustin. Jim, I just got my lab test back after just taking the Unicity products, and my liver enzymes are normal, which were high 3 to 4 months ago, and my A1C was 5.7. It used to be 7.6. And I stopped taking that nasty metformin 5 months ago, so he's completely unmedicated. I haven't lost but 10 pounds, but I'm losing inches. I'm down from a 44 waist to a 38. Only been taking the Unicity for about a month and a half. Okay. Roro. Total cholesterol 314, now 152. Triglycerides used to be 104, they're now 50. Her LDL used to be 230, now 91. Her A1C used to be over 14. Now, guys, most A1C tests can't go any higher than that. They don't know how to, it doesn't read any higher than that. 14, I was a 12.2. That was ridiculous. Jason Vogler was a 13.3. That's ridiculous. Roro here was a 14. That's incredibly high. 6 weeks on, no, she's only been on the protocol for 4 weeks. 14, her A1C is now 7.5 in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks. You saw 13.5 4 years ago. Guys, those numbers from Roro are incredible. That's 4 weeks on this system. Total cholesterol from 314 to 152. Triglycerides from 104 to 50. LDL from 230 to 91. A1C from a 14 to a 7.5. 14 to a 7.5 in 4 weeks. Roro, I wish I could. You know what? Actually, dang it, I can't get you in here. We need to get you up to 1,000 followers so I could get you. I want you guys to hear her excitement in her voice like I heard today. That will be permanently etched in my brain. Permanently etched in my brain. So it is amazing, Brandy. Absolutely amazing. John Osgood, when he started the protocol, average glucose was over 220, was at 220 or above. Right now he's at, I don't know, I think you said yesterday it was 106 or something like that, John. That's 19 days on the protocol. 19 days on the protocol. He also quit taking his medications on the day that he started the protocol. So that's completely unmedicated. There you go. March 24, his A1C was 7.6, estimated 5. So his continuous glucose monitor estimates him at a 5 right now on data. 116 is your average right now. Oh, Roro, looks like Brandy requested. Looks like she requested to follow you. Okay, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hop off this live stream. I've loved this. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to send me a question. Send me a message. I respond to all of them. I really do. I respond to every single one of them. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? I've enjoyed this. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. It's been fun to be on so many different platforms at the same time. I'm sorry I'm not quite as. Oh, let's test it. Maybe moderators can. No, doesn't have guest access. We need to get you up to 1,000. Awesome, Brandy. I look forward to it. And I'll go live twice tomorrow, maybe 3 times, depends on how I'm feeling. But I always do at least twice. So cool. It's been fun. I'm sorry I haven't been quite as graceful as I'd like to be on the different platforms, but it's been kind of a thing. So it's been fun. Thank you guys for joining, and good luck. Let's all get healthy together, okay? Keep the eye on the goal of just getting healthy together. John, I'm going to talk to you, brother. I want to talk to you. All right, guys. We'll see you. Thank you.